Welcome to Grain of Salt Ultra Q episodes 13 through 16. I'm Hank, and with me is Ben.
I'm glad we're doing this as like a Grain of Salt series, because if people listen to all these like back to back, they're really gonna like feel the decline.
I kind of still think this batch of episodes is better than last week's.
Really? I mean, I was kind of feeling that way until we got to Kanegon, Kanegon's Cocoon. And then I really started to hate life.
That one was definitely a my mind is separated from my body episode.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? What are we doing here?
So to answer your question, before we turned on the now recording sign, it's called Garadama because the locals in whatever area, or some people call meteorites Garadama.
Oh. Okay.
So that's like their name for the weird meteorites that fall.
We have Garadama. We have Tokyo Ice Age. Kanegon's Cocoon and Garamon Strikes Back. And two of those episodes have recurring monsters.
Yeah. So, fucking
Pegula
lame.
also fucking comes back.
God. It was a weak week, Like I didn't like the new monsters, and I didn't really like the old one. Now I had to see them again.
You didn't love Garamon?
I love him in a certain way. Like him just kind of slapping the, what was it, the dam? Like by the dam, he's just meh.
Yeah.
With
There's like
floppy ass fingers. Such a jackass. He's red, by the way. You wouldn't know that, but he's like a rust red.
Well, so I know I've seen him in color because I watched like the first episode of Dark Fantasy Ultra Q from like 2006 or whatever, and he's in the first episode of that.
I gotta tell you, man, this is like, I was so enthusiastic at first. We get a little monster, we get a little nobody cares, and then you got yourself an episode. And now it's just, what's with all these fucking kids? What happened?
They're a problem. Honestly.
They're shit. Ugh.
You get some good dam destruction in the first episode.
Yeah, we get a little
There's
miniature stuff.
There's good stuff in this episode, at least.
Yeah.
We get that boat nonsense.
Man, I mean, even just like, I don't know, I like the intro. Like, okay, for it being kids, I like the intro where they're like, they find a rock and it's lightweight, and those were some good bits. Like just boom, holding it up over his head. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is like, holy shit.
Like, honestly, with this episode, the kids don't bother me as much because the kids are just like, these are the kids that are here, rather than like trying to make any of them a character.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. They're just around. They're kids. They're not specific kids.
Yeah, I still think I still think my least favorite is the one from the fucking train episode.
Oh, yeah. No, he's
so
pretty,
I kind of like am
You
softer on this batch.
You didn't think Cocoon Boy was worse?
Well,
You didn't think Mr. was worse? Unbelievable. That's a hot take. I was
Turned
that
into a
episode.
monster.
I was just raging. The only thing I thought, and it started out okay for starting with children, because we got that dude with the villain mustache, like the literal curled mustache,
Oh my god.
trying to like run down kids in a bulldozer. I'm like, yeah, I feel it. I'm here. I've grown out my mustache for November. I identify with this character. And then just was it was a decline until the very end where it reached maximum stupidity.
Fuck, what was that dude's name? It's not in this stupid wiki summary.
Oh, I don't know. They definitely said it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Wait. It calls him you're wrong. They do refer to him, but they literally call him Uncle Walrus?
It's not Uncle.
Yeah, I know. But that's what this refers to him as. Weird.
Because I kind of fucking love that part, but it's just this. It's like it's a monster, but it's like Daddy Walrus. Is that what they call him?
I don't know. This thing says says Uncle.
Okay, it's probably just some honorific.
Yeah.
My subs definitely translated as Daddy Walrus. That's what it was.
I didn't even remember that. Give me a time code, please. Roughly.
I already closed it.
Son of a bitch.
It's right around like the credits.
Oh, you mean in the shit tier beginning credits where they're all hopping and skipping like smug, smiley assholes?
Yeah. And then a dude with a mustache and a truck just comes to wreck their shit. He's just hanging out in this fucking abandoned lot saying, all right, time to get these kids. I don't know what his goal is.
Wow, they did
it's
not.
It's like he's a giant monster, but he's just a dude. He doesn't even drive it. This other dude drives it, I think.
Yeah, he's the captain.
Yeah, he's a supervisor. Honestly, and also there's like a point in that episode where they're like, we're gonna fucking get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of Daddy Walrus. And in my mind, it's like the Snakes on a Plane line. It's like, I'm sick of these motherfucking Daddy Walrus in this motherfucking empty lot.
The kid's name is Chimatsu, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so guess what? They don't translate that at all in my subs. Well, now I didn't care about the color versus black and white, but now I feel inferior. They literally, I mean, in the beginning, they literally just called him old man.
Oh, weird.
That's incredibly not. Wait. Hey, bearded old man, wait for me.
Uh-huh.
Well.
Oh, it's probably some like joke about his mustache, like a pun maybe.
Yeah. I mean, still, that's a shame.
But Daddy Walrus is definitely the top tier way to
Daddy Walrus.
That.
I mean, yeah. Daddy Walrus. Man.
That part is what saves this episode, because otherwise it's pretty bad.
A parachute opened.
A parachute opened, man. That's definitely my line just left my body part of the episode.
Just ascending into the stratosphere.
A rocket appears on his back. He shoots away because they have pleased God by defeating Daddy Walrus.
Basically, yeah.
But specifically by getting him upside down.
Yeah, they needed him to do a somersault.
And it's like, well, we pushed the tractor off the hill, but off a cliff, but it's not upside down. But he specifically, he fell off and he's hanging upside down, so that counts.
Yeah. That's all you need, dude.
And then Kanegon shoots up into the sky, and then a parachute appears. He floats down, and he's back to normal.
And
This
then
kid turned into like a money wallet, but with alien eyeballs.
yeah.
It's like they had a conceptual idea, but it was very confused.
Yeah.
And then they made the suit, and they're like, "What did we do? What do we do with this?" It's got a zipper mouth.
Yeah, he like feeds on coins. So they're like putting change into him.
He's got a little counter on his chest.
Yeah, it's constantly ticking down.
And they were like, if it hits 0, he'll die, but he would have been dead if that were true. That thing was getting really low
Yeah.
at one point. And then he's just fine.
I mean, maybe...
also,
Go on.
Needing to eat money is not that different from just being really hungry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's not a transformational difference, honestly.
See, wasn't it like a direct, like a 1-to-1 correlation between like yen and the counter? Like 1 yen was 1 point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, it's not a good ratio. Like, think how if you're hungry, like,
yeah,
$1 could last you a little bit longer than a second. Like if you buy a candy bar, that's
no,
good for
a yen is
bit.
more like a cent. So,
I suppose. But yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
that.
and he's just really hungry. He's really hungry.
I just like how everybody is
really
like.
hungry.
There's a few people who are scared, but also like, I think it's mostly only the kids. Like they're laughing at him.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Can you imagine? Though,
Also,
like,
Ben, this is a world where monsters just exist.
I mean, it's like
They're just real.
It's like the
giant things all
Dude,
the time.
It just hit me. It just hit me. I was like, these fucking eyes. I was like, it's like that other episode of Ultra Q with like the slug thing. I'm like, no, that's not it. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of fucking Junji Ito, the slug people. Oh. But no, it's like a happier version of something out of that universe. Like kid rolls in, turned into an alien snail wallet, and everyone's like, "Look at this fucking idiot!
Look at this guy, this dumbass."
Hey everyone! Tossing
that's what
coin
happens
to
if you take, someone else's money.
Yeah, God fucking forbid you pick up spare change that people have left literally in a dump.
Don't do it. It's moral tale about don't do it.
Whatever. I mean, okay, fine. Loophole.
Also, look, people didn't leave it in the dump. He someone dropped a coin and he stepped on it and took it. He claimed it as his own.
It sounds like you don't respect the hustle.
No, I don't.
Whatever. This is the difference between me and you.
Wait,
I'm out there getting that bread by swiping coins when people drop them. Now what you were saying?
Now you're defending that kid. I hope you realize.
I mean, defending for a bit. In real life, that little shit tried to take my motherfucking money. He'd catch hands real quick. Think I went. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He had that big cocoon in his room. It was full of money. He was so happy.
I can understand like being too greedy, but like if you had a big thing with a shitload of money spilling out of it, I don't know, man. That seems like it's too much of a trap. Who wouldn't fall for that? Everybody, money makes the world go round. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know that I would trust a cocoon that had grown that big.
I know that
in this world where things get big.
They'd get me. They'd get me. I'd fall for it. Actually, you know what? I would take a little bit. Maybe if I lived in that universe where like shit just randomly pops off, I wouldn't go deep like he did. He was like legs kicking in the air, like waist deep in this thing. I wouldn't do that.
It sucked him in.
Well, yeah, but he got a few handfuls like scot free.
He got a little bit scot free. It's true.
The lesson
but then
is
he went back for seconds.
Yeah, you take a little bit and you run
out of your own room.
Yeah. That room clearly... Look, there's a giant... You just said stuff's growing like a giant cocoon. That room is no longer safe. Let someone else find out, you know?
Look, I think it's pretty good when he tries to brush his teeth.
Yeah, and he's just chilling.
A good bit.
Yeah, and his dad's like, shuffles out of the way. Oh my god, they're fucking like... The just over-the-top garbage acting was so good. Falling over and
yeah,
the kid's like, what, and it turns around. Ridiculous.
He turned into a coin purse,
and then at the end when both of his parents are, that's such a quick turnaround. Like, what'd they do, pick up a single coin, or maybe they found the cocoon? That sounds like a thing that would have happened. I think in the story they picked up coins, but...
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yes, it's ridiculous. It's very silly. The parachute opens.
It's such a good fucking line. Like, just so... a parachute opens. Mine definitely got that line right, so that's good.
That's the important thing.
People
yeah,
trying
we should
to
talk about
the others
before it. 14th episode.
Ice Age.
Pegula.
Fucking
Pegula
dude.
Comes to Tokyo.
His half-opened eyes.
He's just sleepy.
I mean, I feel
Or he's getting lit. You saw that smoke.
Pegula just constantly fucking blazed out of his gourd.
Yeah, man. He's got all the ohms.
Man, what the hell was the name of that, the shit that they used, like their little secret weapon thing? Is it waves or gas? That had a dumb name.
They had all I remember is that it was they had a bucket. They gave that guy a fucking...
Oh, man.
A fucking bucket, and it was like, yeah, got it. The other thing to note about Kanegon's Cocoon, I actually think is like one of the reasons it's worse is the main cast. None of them are in it.
Yeah.
Because I actually think the episodes with those characters are just we have a little more to hang on to.
They have the shit name in the wiki summary. Pegumin
H.
Pegumin?
Right? That's the
Pegumin H from the Polar
that's the
Vegetation
moss.
Research Institute.
That's what that dog ate.
Yeah.
So there's this kid who's wandering around looking for his dad.
Yeah.
And Yuriko's like, this is a story. People love this. Well, she's not like that at first. The kid actually convinces her, and then she's in it. Actually, my favorite thing about this episode is the way her boss like goes back and forth between like, you gotta cover this fucking Tokyo Ice Age story, and you gotta find that fucking kid and get the story about him missing dad, because that feels like the direction that the people making the show were getting from above, of like, the ice just wildly going back and forth between we need this heartstring pulling story about a child, and we need the giant monster nonsense. Being pulled in two directions here.
Yeah.
It felt very appropriate. This guy, the people in charge, no idea what they want.
I mean, you got to make it an hour-long episode and do both.
No.
The first 30 minutes, the kid's looking for his dad. Minute 31, he finds his dad, and as they're running to embrace each other, Pegula just steps on his dad. Or the kid, whoever's more annoying. And
What
then,
if we just had like 5-minute episodes that were just monster battles?
oh, if only. Now you're talking. Now we got a show.
I'm just, I'm just thinking because of that Godzilla vs. Hedorah short that just came out for the Godzilla anniversary.
I saw people referencing it, and then I saw you link it, and I have not watched it yet.
It's just them fighting. It's solid.
That's all I
Them,
need,
like,
dude.
Yeah. Doing, the classic effects in 2021. Or whenever they shot it.
They shot it at the time.
It's not true. I don't know if they shot it in 2020 and have just been editing it for a while. I'm not aware.
Yeah.
I think it was this year though. Yeah, Pegula. It's so funny because like Pegula looked like such a trash monster the first time, and now that he's back again, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You guys really do just need to reuse shit.
No, he's such like a. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see him fight Big G. That'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
He's so dopey looking. Like you know what? A Pegula plush would be great. Like he's dopey enough
Yeah.
looking, and he's kind of like you got that pudgy belly. Like I'm about it.
Yeah.
Little stoner eyes.
He's got the stoner eyes, dude. Yeah, so and then it turns out a kid's dad is a jewel thief and a drunk. Our characters literally find him passed out in the plane he was gonna hijack to get away in. He's just
It's so good.
so smashed he fell asleep.
I love when he is it when they first encounter him? He like rolls in. They're like, "Oh, the captain." He's like, "I'm a jewel thief." He like rolls the gun out at him.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, no, you're that famous captain. He like, he picks up a book and it's like, here, right here. It's like, no, slaps the book away. not that. I'm just a jewel thief. I'm not an ace pilot. Shut up.
I'm not an ace pilot, you idiot. I steal jewels.
But then his son makes it to him after escaping a Pegula attack, and he's like, I have to help. I have to do the thing. And doing the thing eventually means getting a paint can or a construction bucket and driving into Pegula's face with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then everyone's like smiling and laughing at the end of the episode, which I thought was great. It's like, ha ha ha, oh kid, oh we'd love to see you again. Your dad's so dead. And then there's like smiling, and then the kid it zooms just to the side. The kid has like a basket with his father's remains in it. He's taken home. It's like, this transition is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
That's good shit. Stakes, man. Somebody That guy died. It's
Yeah,
a parachute didn't open this time.
just a just an aerial shot of the ground with the fucking plane, like a parachute didn't open.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, so dumb.
I mean, they just needed to give a dog Pegubin H, and then Pegula would be defeated, but no. That dude had to crash into its face. I can't believe they handed him just a bucket. That's so good. And then we have Garamon Strikes Back also. We get a repeat of Garamon in this batch.
Was Garamon not the aliens? No, Garamon is the monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one in Garadama, the meteorites land, but they're actually like sending off these radio waves that are controlling this monster.
Yeah.
And
they're calling it at least.
Yeah. And then like giving him instructions like when he's here and shit. And so as soon as they turn off
the electronic brain.
Yeah.
They put like a Faraday cage around it.
Yeah, they just literally cover it. They just put a fucking netting, like fancy netting around it.
It's like a Faraday cage the last episode, but in this episode they just like wrap it in tinfoil and we're good.
Little baked potato. But yeah, as soon as they cover it, they're like in the first episode they're like, check this shit out, and they put the thing over it, and then the monster just like stops in its tracks, and then it like goop comes out of its mouth, and it just face plants
it starts
in the water.
To drool, and then it passes out,
and then just face down in the water, just right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although the thing I'll still give that first episode credit is like they really make you feel the devastation in that one of this dam breaking, and like they can't get back over the water because it's fucking everything up.
True.
Like that one at least felt like there's something about like the way they on the scale they operate on, like doing a dam break in and a river running wild that like works in a way that like, oh no, Tokyo's being destroyed is like I don't believe you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit as hard.
The lady like, we can never go back to Tokyo. It took out like a building. Calm down.
It was an ice age here like 2 episodes ago, and you were fine. Jesus. That Tokyo Tower falls down like every week. Don't worry about it.
They got spares. Yeah, no, the second episode, I don't like it. I think the first episode was fine. And no, it's not like the best Ultra Q episode we've seen, but I thought the monster was fine, the concept, whatever, like there was some decent shit. I had no desire to come back. Show me new shit.
Yeah. It's Monster of the Week, not monster you saw 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Come on.
This isn't bi-weekly buddies. It's fucking Ultra Q.
I do love that after the aliens plan fails, he's like going up, and his like flying saucer buddies show up, and it's like they're gonna tractor beam him up, and they just fucking light him up.
They just ignite him.
They just set him on fire. It's like, you fucked up, bud.
God, that was so good. They got me. I'm like, okay, he's just gonna like materialize into this beam. Nope.
His controller is what? Like his
stupid,
thing is just
dumb as fuck.
It's like one switch.
It's like trying to type a message with a binary, a keyboard that's just 0 and 1.
Oh, I do love though when he makes all the soldiers' guns fly out of their hands and
Yeah.
then shoot them with
They
them.
just pop, and then like the people are right there, like, oh shit.
Oh God.
No, that was good. I didn't think they'd have the balls, honestly. They're like point blank shooting like 6 people, 5 or whatever.
Damn.
That was pretty
It's pretty
spicy.
good. It's pretty good. That part kind of ruled.
Um, early on when the alien like steals that dude's truck,
Uh-huh.
and then they're just like, all those people are everybody shows up. And they're like, "Can we borrow somebody's car?" This guy's like, "Yeah, here you go."
I know.
That
They
fucking
just drive off with that dude's
maybe
car.
maybe
like,
it's
what?
cultural. In America, you would have been met with dead silence before you go and like, rent one or something.
Or at least come with them.
Yeah, they didn't even like let him drive or anything. They didn't get his name. They didn't
No.
take a number.
Nope. They just took his car.
And like this guy again, like in this universe, you gotta assume he knew that there's like a good chance he's never seeing that car in one piece again. Ridiculous.
Yeah. But that alien had the right idea. That dude was like ready to pick up children. Got none of this. Got to get out of here. Got to ditch this dude.
We don't have time.
This dude's willing to give a ride to kids. No, unacceptable.
I mean, he also
the
honked
truck
at the
dri-
kids though.
The truck driver has a line about the alien dude. He's like, if he were a woman, he would be really hot. That happened.
Yeah. I mean, he's got that makeup.
Uh-huh. Because he's actually a cicada person.
Yeah. Fucking like suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Like the literal suit. It has like a little collar.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I find it funny how these like episodes about these really specific aliens showing up still like moralizing like, you better watch out for this specific thing, you viewer. You never know.
Yeah. It's not like it's
That
not
doesn't
like,
really hit that hard because this doesn't relate to my reality. I'm sorry.
yeah. It's not like they're like, yeah, it has to be like the sort of like a Twilight Zone thing, right? I've never actually seen that show, but I imagine it's like a concept of like, oh, if you turn your TV to this channel after this time, like watch out if you see this something, like blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. I'd be a little spooked doing that then. Like, I got a TV, it gets that channel. There's static on it at this time, but like, watch out if you ever see a fucking meteor that weighs nothing.
It's like, Ultra Q, you're not spooky.
Yeah.
I know you had the spider episode with the spider mansion.
Still not
All
spooky.
All
I'm
the
not
house
gonna.
is spider. It wasn't that spooky. Even that was just literally here. They go to a horror house.
Literally none of these are. They're not even like the type of mild spooky that makes you think.
No. Uh-huh. They're just very silly.
Like, I mean,
They vary from silly to this is too silly.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the message, maybe this is relevant spooky content for people living in Tokyo. I don't know what it was like over there in the 60s.
Just like one day it's freezing, the next day.
I mean, maybe it's, like my TV example, like maybe for people watching this episode in the 60s, they were like, watch out if you ever find a weightless meteorite, and then people are like, fuck, I found a weightless meteorite in the woods yesterday. Like, I don't know.
You don't know their lives.
Yeah, that's a different experience. Who am I to assume?
My only reference for what life was like in Japan in the 60s is Ultra Q.
That's not true. We got some Godzilla.
Yeah.
We got multiple sources.
That's true. That's true. But Godzilla movies aren't really concerned with life in Tokyo. Really.
I mean, yeah, but we can extrapolate, you know? Like, maybe after Godzilla got angry at that wall for tripping him, they probably put up less walls that would trip Godzilla. Gotta be smart with your architecture.
Anyway, that's Ultra Q.
What do we got? What do we got popping?
What do we have?
Yeah.
What do we got next time? We have the 1/8 Project, the Rainbow's Egg.
Oh, fuck.
Challenge from the year 2020, and the Undersea Humanoid Ray Gun.
Okay. Hopefully no kids. I don't have much hope. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, at the very
Our
least.
last batch of episodes does start with an episode called The Devil Child.
That probably, you know what? There's no
like
way.
a good note to go out on.
It doesn't, there's no way it's actually as good as it sounds. It's going to be, they say devil child, and I'll bet, just like me, you probably are thinking like possession or like evil or something. No. It's just going to be a kid who's like a little fucking brat. He's just going to be annoying. He's going to like stick a lollipop to some guy's head and go like...
He's going to rub his finger under his nose. So you know he's a scamp.
Just terrible. You don't... Tropes with kids are the fucking worst.
That's not. There are worse tropes, but I understand your sentiment.
Look, out of all of the
Look, I'm just saying you've watched King Kong movies.
All of the out of all of the stuff that we've watched, that I've watched, that there's been box cutters involved, there's been horror shit involved, there's been like due to the time the film was made, like incredibly racist, not even undertones, just outright, like there's been so much bullshit. The only thing that you should have warned me of in all these years was that little fucking kid at the end of Kung Fu Hustle. That was a nightmare. That was a goddamn nightmare. That wasn't just like, oh, we're going to do like a little bit of snot because he's a little sticky kid. That was, Jesus Christ, this kid is like, he needs medical attention. That was a nightmare. Out of anything. I'd rather rewatch that horror scene in Marriage Story again. Between the two of those, I'm not even kidding. It's not even a bit. Between the two of those scenes, I would rather deal with like an itchy forearm for a little bit. Ugh. Disgusting. Disgusting. Great film, though.
Great film. Soul Circle Podcast. Soul Circle Pod on Twitter. Anchor.fm. Soul Circle. Podcasting apps of your choice. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I'm not on Twitter. I don't like kids with my kaiju.
Gamera, though.
Oh, fuck those kids. They steal submarines. They're deviants.
Knife help.